I've never seen a WNBA athlete be under the microscope as much as Angel Reese has been in her rookie campaign. Everything that Angel Reese has done has been magnified and has been critiqued like no other WNBA athlete I've ever seen. But before we get off into today's podcast, tell a friend to tell a friend. Well, guys, let the hate continue for Angel Reese. The Angel Reese hate is at an all-time high. It's unbelievable. Everything that Angel Reese does is under a microscope. And it seems to be all the haters out here pushing this narrative about Angel Reese, and it's pathetic. The latest hate now comes in the form of she just recently announced that she was bringing a podcast called Unapologetically Angel to the YouTube airways. And a lot of people have gone on record to push this narrative that Angel Reese wants to be a celebrity instead of being a basketball player. Now, we all know what Angel Reese brings to the basketball table. We all know what she brings to the WNBA. We've seen that in her early career in the WNBA, what she's doing on the court. The outstanding play, the tenaciousness, the rebounding ability, the defensive ability, the high motor, the high energy, the double-doubles. We've seen it. We've seen the records that she has been breaking as a WNBA rookie. She's on pace to become the greatest rebounder that the WNBA has ever seen. And this is basketball. But people want to go outside of the lines and stoop as low as taking personal shots at Angel Reese. Taking a personal shot of her upbringing, calling her outside of her name, outside of basketball. They won't keep it between the lines, taking digs at her for the way she runs up and down the court. A lot of people don't do the research and don't know that she had major surgery done on her leg and her foot, has a rod in her leg and a plate in her foot. Some people don't know that, but if you go do the research, you would find out. And all the hate now is glaring on this one particular athlete in Angel Reese. Everything that she does is under a microscope. Now, the latest, like I said about the podcast, now everybody on YouTube and the YouTube media space and these content creators go out there and make videos about Angel Reese, not interested in playing basketball no more. She just wants to, be a celebrity and things like that. Well, guys, the last I've checked, it's about financial benefits. She's setting up to do things great. It's life after basketball. Now, you've been seeing too many stories about certain athletes had all this money coming into the league, didn't know how to properly invest it, and then once they're out of the league and stop getting these checks, they go broke. What Angel Reese is doing is spectacular. And you got to commend this 22-year-old for doing the things that she's doing outside of the basketball court. Now, what she's doing off the court is remarkable. She got the Reebok deal, and a lot of people would like to say that's a lifetime Reebok deal, the same way Allen Iverson signed a lifetime Reebok deal with Reebok. And, Shaq and Allen Iverson are right now heads of that Reebok, institute, and they brought Angel Reese in to be the face of Reebok. And she's doing tremendous, dropping her own clothing line, her own sneaker, and she's setting up for financial wealth. So when she gets out of the game, she'll have something to fall back on. And things that she's doing off the court have nothing to do with what she's doing on the court. On the court, when she's on the court, she's a basketball player. She's giving it everything she's got. But that's even under a microscope. The double doubles was under a microscope. People was going to the internet talking about she's stat padding. Well, guys, if you know basketball, that's not stat padding. She's going out there doing what she does best, and that's rebounding the basketball and helping her team win. Now that she's, launched this podcast, everybody is on there. Angel Reese is, not worried about, basketball and wins. Now, after last night's game, she went to her Twitter X, posted the movie trailer for Wicked. Everybody has a problem with that, taking personal digs at her. I don't know what it is, man. Everything that Angel Reese has done since she's been in the WNBA has been under a microscope. Where was this same energy when she was at LSU? Nobody never talked about this. Nobody never critiqued Angel Reese when she was at LSU. But we know what the issue is. We know why she's being critiqued. And we know why she's under a microscope from all these haters and all these naysayers and people, pushing their own agenda and having their own narrative about Angel Reese. And if it don't fit their narrative, they're not going to talk about it. But if it fits their narrative, they're going to talk about it and they're going to run with it. And like I've always said, if you throw a bunch of mud on the wall, some of it's going to stick. And what people do, they take all the negative stuff and they run with it. We don't focus on the positive things that she's doing in her community, back in the DMV area, what she's doing in Chicago. I don't know if nobody heard the story about the two sisters with the lemonade stand selling drinks, and they got a chance. Chicago picked up that story, brought out the Chicago's announcer, and presented them with 2 tickets to last night's game, to the Barbie event between Indiana and Chi-Town, and them 2 sisters got a chance to meet Angel Reese. We don't focus on nothing like that. Everybody focuses on the negative things. And there's not no negative things about Angel Reese. She's out here making business moves and stacking the bag and getting the bag. We seen all the deals that she struck. We seen the Reese's Pieces. We seen it. We seen the Reebok deals. We seen the Barbies. We seen the ownership with the soccer team back in the DMV. We seen all the great things. But it seems like all these haters out here have reached the all-time high and taken personal digs at her. And we wonder why. We wonder why Angel Reese is getting all this hate. It's because of one thing, and everybody knows what that thing is. I don't have to come out and say it, but people know it. I've done videos about it. And it's ridiculous, man. They can't keep it on the basketball court. She is a great basketball player. It's fine to critique her game, but to go outside the lines, to take personal jabs at her and things like that, that's when you're out of pocket. That's when you're out of bounds. That's when the whistle blows. But right now, Angel Reese got these haters upset and got these haters something to talk about, and they're talking about it. This notion of her, just because she started a podcast and she got this Wicked trailer for this movie trailer, she's disinterested in playing basketball. Y'all got to stop that. Stop pushing your own narrative and your own agendas on Angel Reese, because it's unfair. This 22-year-old is making boss moves, and she deserves to get her flowers. And people don't understand that. People just want to make videos about Angel Reese saying all the negative stuff, but don't bring all the positive stuff in the light. They don't produce videos of her making these boss moves. They don't produce videos of her, becoming a part owner of a franchise down in the DMV, a female soccer team. They don't want to put videos they don't want to congratulate her on her endorsement deals with Reese's Pieces, her endorsements deals with Reebok. They don't want to do that. They want to focus on the stat padding. What else are y'all going to talk about? Stat padding. What else you going to talk about? What else you going to talk about? The fictitious double-double. That's the only thing that you can talk about. And now you want to go to an all-time high saying that she's not focused on basketball. She's worried about everything outside of basketball, the podcast and the movies and things like that. The last I checked, that's what, athletes do. They have other things they do outside of basketball. Basketball is not the end all be all. There's life after basketball. But you guys let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Do me a favor. Make sure you like the video. Give the video a thumbs up. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel that you're subscribed. Make sure you got your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball Dropping drops another hot banger. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.